This is Down the Rabbit Hole, where we question the mysteries and nature of reality. I'm your host, Justin Perry. Who was this random woman? And why don't my parents know? I experienced a strange time parallel universe glitch. It was so unexpected and nonchalant that I would have never known if I hadn't asked about it in the future. Before I begin my story, let me preface that I don't do drugs. I don't take any medication, and I don't drink alcohol. I don't have anxiety or panic attacks or anything like that. I live on a RV on my parents' lot. My parents are in their 70s and are the type to go to bed at 9 a.m. My parents are also very religious and active in their church. My mother is the leader of a women's group, which is an important detail for later. The story begins one night at about midnight, which is not late for me as I typically stay up till 4 a.m. So up late, but not sleepy at all, I find myself craving popcorn. I go to use the RV microwave and, weirdly enough, it's not working. Some electrical work had been done earlier in the day, so I figured it was that. Annoyed and still craving popcorn, I decided to trek to my parents' house and use their microwave in the kitchen. My parents are very light sleepers, so I find myself thinking, I really hope this doesn't wake them up, but just watch, with my luck it will. So I enter the house, go to the kitchen, begin popping popcorn, and sure enough, from out of the hallway come my mom and dad. "What are you doing?" my mom says. "Oh, sorry, I'm just popping some popcorn because the RV microwave isn't working." As I realize there is a young woman with a brown ponytail I'd never seen before hiding behind my parents. Thinking she was probably some young woman from the church who was having husband issues and needed a place to stay for the night. Wanting to be sensitive to the situation, I obviously didn't say, "Who the hell are you?" So after my explanation of the microwave not working, my mom says, "Okay, be safe." The young woman with the ponytail was obviously with my parents. It was as if they just come out of a serious talk from my parents' bedroom. Whenever my parents have serious talks, they do it in their bedroom, even with guests or people from church. On the rare occasion that happens. So I figured some emergency serious talk had been happening with this woman who'd been displaced from her home. I figured they heard me in the kitchen and came to see what was going on. Anyway, me feeling like I've awkwardly intruded on this young woman's situation, I just grab my popcorn and head back to my RV. Fast forward a few days, I'm getting ready for the day, thinking back on that night, how odd it was that my parents didn't warn me someone was going to spend the night. Even stranger, they said nothing about it or explained it the next day. Also thinking back to it, I got the strangest, slightly unsettled feeling. So I go find and ask my mom nonchalantly, "So who was the young woman that stayed overnight?" What are you talking about?" My mom says, confused. "You're joking, right?" I exclaim as nonchalant slams into sudden seriousness, the weight of the implication drawing on me. "Remember Tuesday night? The night I accidentally woke you guys up when I made popcorn around midnight?" I inquired desperately. Tuesday? My mom thinks out loud. I distinctively remember I didn't wake up at all. It was one of the few nights I didn't have any sleep troubles. Dad, do you remember when I woke you guys up to make popcorn? No, I haven't woken up in the middle of the night all this week, my dad says confidently. Now, my brain goes full stop. I'm thinking to myself, no way, I didn't just hear that. I asked one last time. So, to be clear, none of you remember any of this. And there was a young woman with a brown ponytail that stayed with you guys. No, my parents assured me, starting to get creeped out. I don't know what or who those three beings were, but two of them looked exactly like you, had your voice, and whatever the random girl in the ponytail was, I have no idea. At least I had no feelings or fear of dread during the experience. They seemed to mean no harm. I jokingly told my parents, if they ever take in a young girl from the church who is having husband issues and they wake up at midnight to me making popcorn, don't worry, it's just a time glitch and you can go back to bed. Are you sure you didn't dream this? My mom asked. I am 100% positive. I wasn't sleepy at all. And the popcorn bag I used is still in my garbage. I haven't made popcorn since. I go to the RV and pull out that innocent looking popcorn bag, which is proof that this entire thing happened. I don't know if this was a time glitch, a glitch in the matrix, or spirits, but nothing even remotely like that has ever happened to me. Thinking back on it, it feels much more glitch in the matrix like than spirits. Those two people really did look and sound like my parents, and it seemed more like a weird glitch displacement than a spirit deception. I don't feel creeped out about the experience, just really weirded out and sort of disbelieve that, yeah, that really happened. Right now, I am actually sorry I asked. And you just went down the rabbit hole.